Hey guys, welcome back to some companions. Today's video, we're going to be doing a lot of summons. We have a lot of scrolls in here to do some summons, and overall, really just the state of game. Now, we know companions is kind of the light version of AFK Arena or the classic version, and overall, some of the heroes have been making their way over to companions, and I don't think at this point, and I don't really know if there's going to be any adjustments, if there's going to be any changes, if there's going to be anything. Now, they did revamp, I believe it was last patch. They changed up PvP a little bit with being able to come in here with a partner. And overall, a lot of players very, very disappointed with it. And going in here and doing the challenges, you can see it's very similar to what it was before. So not really a lot of changes as far as the PvP aspect, just the whole team up aspect that you have the ability to use your duo, your companions, heroes within these game modes. Again, that's really the biggest change in here. Defense setting still stays around the same. So overall, you can see with Clam Observer, which is awesome. So season 1, season 2. So going in here, even looking at events, even looking at what is coming, we have Pursuit of Treasure, which we know is just on repeat. Everything else is on repeat. Haven't seen anything new, and I don't know if the plan or really anything is going to be new within the companion server. It seems like a lot of players are just kind of getting burned out or bored with the content that we have. Now, we did get Mira on here, and also, if you've noticed, if you're newer to companions, if you're newer, there's no way to get all of our new or all of our dimensional heroes if you're not using your Stargazer scrolls. Now, in this game, Stargazer scrolls are super, super expensive. You can see right here, we have 31, and even looking, so since we've started this game, we have right here, we got one single copy of the twins. We have Taylene to Mythic. Out of every single Stargazer scroll that we have earned within here, because I have not bought any of them, that is all that we have seen. That is all that we have gotten. So again, it seems like it's a really big pay to win. Now, of course, with Sheltier, with Ainz, some of the other heroes, this is going to be the only way to get them in their entirety. There's no other way to get the heroes other than these spirits. So again, it's interesting to see that with the dimensional spirits, there's no other way to get them. Now, they were available in here. Again, I want to do some summons in here for Mira. Overall, Mira in Companions is doing incredibly well. In AFK Arena, we're seeing her in the tower and the campaign, and that's really the only two places. But looking at our scrolls, guys, we have 366 scrolls. They feed you scrolls every single day over and over and over. You can see we don't have Mira in here as it sits right now. You know what? I think Desirable, we have enough food up for, is the reason we took it out. Now, also, we're almost to the point where we can transcend heroes. Now, rumor is that you need 25, and I don't know if this is true, you need 25 ascended heroes will give you the ability to transcend heroes. So I'm hoping with the summons today, we can knock out some of these ones down here like Gwen, looking at Oku, looking at Hendrik and Thane. Hopefully we can get enough copies to knock out some of these heroes and add stars to the rest of these heroes, because most of these at this point do have the divine abilities, meaning taking them up to 5 stars does really make a big difference because it unlocks a lot more of the skills and abilities that they do have. So wish list, pretty well set. Again, trying to finish out a lot of these heroes. Hopefully today with all of these summons is going to be the day to do this. So we also need food. The other thing in here is food is incredibly difficult to come by. There's a copy of Salakai. Now Salakai, I believe I already do have up to Ascended as well. There's Elite number 2, which is a copy of Pharrell. Now, Pharrell was one of the later additions when it comes to companions. We don't have very many copies. I believe 1 or 2 copies of him is all that we have right now, just because he was very rare. Now, there's Gwen, again, trying to get her up to that Ascended level. Just need a few more copies in here. 275 scrolls left. Just getting the singles, and there is Gwen again. Gwen and Hendrik. Gwen, of course, again, a little bit of a later release within AFK Companions. There is Scarath. Now, Scarath, I already do have already up to that Ascended level as well. So I feel like with this food, we should be able to finish out a lot more. There's Thisu. Now, Thisu is one, and there we go, Rosline. But Thisu is one that in, again, the classic version, not super effective. In Companions, we're seeing him used in quite a few places. There's a copy of Damon. I hope we get some Celestials and Hippos. I know the rarity of them. There's a copy of Pippa. Another Elite right there, which is Thisu again. I feel like we're getting pretty lucky on a roll right here. There's Belinda. Now, Belinda, look at that. 4 in a row. There is Damon. Can we keep this going? 5. Is that 5 in a row? I believe that's 5 in a row, but there is Gwen for the 3rd copy. 6. That is Hodgkin. This is it broken? Gonna say that's a lot of elite heroes to get and knock out right in a row. And again, no Celestials or Hypos, and a double to make up for what we didn't get. Thisu and Thane right there. Now, all of the diamonds, I'm going to go ahead and again look to get some copies of Mira. There's another copy of Scrath. Yeah, we're going to be adding a lot of stars onto these heroes here. There's another copy of Pippa. Again, these Celestials and these Hypos. I mean, we're knocking out a lot of summons here. There's another copy of Salakai. That'll add another star in there. And another double right there. Rosaline and Gorvo. Nothing in the final one that does give us, look at this, all of these cards, all of these resources. Now, one thing that I've really noticed in here is it's a really big struggle trying to get experience. Trying to get actual EXP has been a very, very tough struggle for a lot of players, including myself. When it comes to Essence, I have a lot of Essence, and unfortunately, that is all that we have. But there we go. So that takes her to 5 stars, giving that extra crit. And I believe, there we go, double copies of Gwen, building her up to that ascended level. Now, food-wise, what do we got? 1, 2, 3. See, we only have 3. Even with all those summons, but I think Rosaline's already maxed. Again, I want to see what's going to happen when we get that transcended level. Let's add a couple more stars. So another one on Salakai. Again, most of these heroes, I believe, do have those divine abilities. And then we do have Scarath right here. There we go. Divine effect is now unlocked. There's Thisu again, which I'm thinking I'm going to build up Thisu. We have Warwick right here. Now, of course, we don't have any additional copies of Warwick. But Thisu, I still do use at a base level. So I'm going to build them up a little bit further. Now, once we start getting additional copies of the hero, we can absolutely just keep building those out in their entirety. Now, here, Gorvo, and I believe we have Pippa. Oku, we're already at the point where we can build him up. There's Shell Shock, so we have 2 copies of Pippa. Then I believe we are working on Respin right here to get a little bit more food. So we have Cirrus, which again, we only have these 2 pieces of food. And then in here, we have 4 right there. Do we have any food? Do we have enough to make food? So we have another copy of Damon. I don't think we do. And did it give us another copy of Naru? I built this copy of Naru, and it didn't give us another Elite Plus copy of Naru. 1, 2, 3. No, we do not have another copy of Naru. I'm going to have to look at that because it's been kind of silly. That we did make that one, and of course I didn't have that other copy of Naru, but then it's not combining to build or make that other copy of Naru. Let's use the rest of these cards in here. I'm going to go in, you know what? I'm going to go for Greyborn. Let's see if we can get some copies of Naru. There is Theowen, which again, a hero that I really don't use nor see. There's a second copy of Pharrell, so Pharrell getting a little bit of love. And there's a copy of Desira, which I believe we already have a ton of copies of Desira. And the last one is Isabella. We have a couple copies for our Mauler heroes. Can it be? And it is another copy of Crescio. Very nice. Some companion points. Now, of course, we don't have any Awakened heroes. And they have Solus and Taylene. They haven't introduced any other Awakened hero at all as of yet. Dimensional Spirits. I'm trying to get Ainz up to Ascended plus some stars. So we do need some more spirits in here. And again, burning all these cards to get essentially nothing at this point. Can't use diamonds, unfortunately, so we see nothing in there. Then let's knock out these copies and get some copies of Mira. This is also going to provide food. Now, as much as I like getting these copies, this is also going to provide a lot of food to build up and build out a lot of these heroes. Back-to-back copies. I love seeing it. That takes her up to that Elite Plus. Could we see 1 or 2 more copies? I know in here, the probability is a little bit lower, but there is number 3. Come on, could we see 1 or 2 more? We still have some diamonds to burn in here as well. That is a lot of Greyborn cards that we are getting out of here. That should be enough food to, again, pick up kind of whatever we need with these Greyborn cards. Rare fodder, that's a lot. There we go, that is number 4 for Mira. And our last summon in here does not give us an additional copy. Gives us a couple more scrolls, though. We'll go ahead. We got 2 more days for Mira. And just look at that. Is that a 7 in its entirety? That is 7 that we just pulled out of there. All right, so we got a couple copies of Mira. Again, need some more food for Thane. There are the elites. There's everything that we needed to build those up. So let's go ahead and get this other copy. And I believe here we were doing Desira. So already have Mythic, signature item unlocked. And I believe we should have enough copies, or we should have enough food to build this up a little bit further. Again, trying to stick with and get the rest of these copies kind of built out. There is Desira. Boom, that takes her there. And then again, we have enough. Add a bunch of levels on here, a bunch of stars on here for Desira. We go upgrading the first ability. A little bit more stats with that second star in there. Then third is going to be another ability. Now remember, this is kind of like the furniture. This is kind of like the engraving. Stacking all of this together. So that did bring us 2 more ascended heroes. I'm wondering if, I mean, that's 20. Yeah, we still need, I think, 1 more. If it is truly 25, but I also believe they said, and I'm not sure if this is true, that the dimensional heroes do not count. So thinking of that and thinking where these heroes are built, if the dimensional heroes do not count, I mean, we're at 24 right now to start transcending these heroes. And essentially what transcending the heroes is going to do is allow you to build them above and beyond the 5-star ability that they have right now. So actually being able to take them to a much higher level than the 5-star itself is what the transcendence essentially does. I want to unlock it in here. I want to get to the point of being able to, and what do we got? We got 9 more scrolls here. Maybe we'll get just enough fodder, just enough food to do something to get that last hero. I don't feel that we will though, but we did also get 2 more heroes up to that ascended level. We're getting close, even with all these. And I mean, we're talking 130 plus days. I think right now we're at 130 plus days to go ahead and build those out in the entirety. Again, we're going to have to save because that's our summons, but we might have some stones in here. Might have some stones, might have a couple cards. And remember, we're trying to get to 160 now. Within Companions, 160 does unlock everything else as far as the resonating crystal, or excuse me, 360. So taking this hero again up a little bit higher, you can see EXP. We have needed EXP experience for everything. We're already past that 320 mark. Even looking at the amount of essence that we have 23K right here. So we're pretty set with essence. Getting everything else that we need within this game has been an absolute challenge. And again, there's not very many really at all new events, new content, new much of anything. So I don't know exactly what it's going to look like for the fate of, of the companion servers. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Got a couple summons out of there. Got a couple more heroes built, which we're going to continue building. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about companions. And as always, thank you guys for watching.